In 1867, Queen Victoria was still in charge. The USA bought Alaska, and my country, New Zealand's flag, looked like this. Because they needed the NZ in the bottom corner, obviously, so, you could tell it was New Zealand, because that's genius. That looks really good. It wasn't even to differentiate from Australia or anything. This is what their flag looked like back then. Or maybe this one. Wikipedia wasn't super clear on which one it was. But something better than all of that happened. The 10th oldest football club was founded in Glasgow, Scotland, Queen's Park. And today, some ginger bloke from New Zealand is taking over them. Well, not for real life in, a fictional video game. Hopefully we're going to win the Champions League. Or at the very least, the Scottish Premiership. It'd be pretty bad if we didn't win at least that. Imagine if I got sacked. Welcome to the Queen's Park Save. We are starting this journey with the 10th oldest club in the world of football based upon my small amount of research, but definitely the oldest club in Scotland. We are joining the Cinch Scottish fans, Championship, and trying to move up to the Scottish Premiership with Celtic and Rangers, and then of course trying to reach the pinnacle of that league by winning it and build up the entire league, potentially even win a Champions League. This is totally inspired by a Zealand-style save where, he takes a long time to build up a club and actually wins the Champions League. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm as good as Zealand, but we're going to hopefully do our best. If you guys are excited for this journey, I'm going to be uploading probably once a week on this save, and it's going to be season by season. So on today's episode, you're wondering why it's so long, you are getting the full first season. Every single one of these games is going to be simulated off camera. I'm going to simulate through the start of the transfer window, get all my transfers done, show you the first game, and then come back right at the end of the year when hopefully we are going up. If you are excited for that, smash the like button on today's video, as well as subscribing to the Rex FM YouTube channel and clicking that notification bell so you know every single time that we upload, so that you don't miss any more of the save. It is going to be a great save, a long save, and can we please smash 50 likes on today's video? There's a huge target. We're not going to get it today, we're not going to get it tomorrow, but you, the one who's going to press it for like number 36 at that awkward stage, you are the ones that are going to help us get to 50 likes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's go over what this club has to offer. Obviously in the Scottish division, I've never done a save in the Scottish division, but we want to be reaching mid-table this season with a long-term view of getting promotion. So it wants to build to promotion, so I imagine in future seasons it would be, we actually want to get promoted. In terms of cup trophies, they don't really care, and our team, it's not bad at all. It does have some glaring gaps though. We don't exactly have the financial ability to make a ton of transfers. Our top earning player, I believe, is this man who's out for the season with £1.2 thousand per week. So we currently are sitting pretty on about 1.5, so we can make one or two big signings in the transfer window, as well as a couple of players that we could sell, so we can upgrade the team. But this is, in my opinion, what it looks like for the best team for us right now. I haven't quite sorted out the tactic. That will come at the start of the season, but I've got the gegenpress for now, and these are the roles that I think I'd be using at this point in time. Maybe not wing backs, but anyway, this is the squad. We've got Patton, I'm really sorry if I mess up any names. Patton up top, who is okay, but I would kind of like to get a better striker. Sorry if you're goated in real life. McKinstry on the left-hand side, who looks like our best player who isn't injured. Great potential, 20 years of age, from Leeds. Well, previously at Leeds, sorry. Dom Thomas looks like an absolute legend. Been here for a season and really experienced in the Scottish Premier Division and the Championship. Great stats. I think he's going to be a star. Actually, probably better than McKinstry, to be fair. Spong in this advanced playmaker role. Great potential, so he's got to play. Then we've got Thompson, who is, again, great potential. Probably one of our better players as well. 15 tackling is awesome. Box-to-box midfielder. And Bannon, who, again, has great potential. Young Scottish man. Only played for our team, which is awesome to see, coming through the youth ranks. So fingers crossed we can turn him into a star. We've got Robson in the left-back position. One of our better players. Really stoked to have him at 27 years of age. Fox, who was great as that centre-back, 24 years of age, also not too old. I think I've had him in a footy manager save before as well. Looking pretty good for us. Tizard, he's okay. I'd rather have a new centre-back and him on the bench, but it is what it is. And right back, a lone player from Celtic that has no right to even be in our team, if I'm being honest. Sorry, I mean, if you're great in real life, sorry Queen's Park fans, but in Footy Manager, he does not look great. And then, in between the sticks, this is going to be a man for the entire save. Callum McKenna. If we can hold on to the 16-year-old goalkeeper, I think he could be going places. This is an incredible man. I think he is going to be an incredible goalkeeper for us throughout the save. Yeah, goalkeeper's locked in for the entire future. Even our reserve goalkeeper's pretty decent. 2.5-star current ability. I don't even have a reserve centre-back, so the next best player is Bruce, who is trying to train into the right back position, but is a 17-year-old left back with, again, great potential. Got a lot of potential in this team, which is great to see. Jack Turner, who's a midfielder who looks okay. I think the star rating is a little misleading. Those stats are absolutely fine. McLeish, who looks a bit average, but a bit of potential. Midfielder or striker or attacking midfielder, I don't know quite yet. Another central attacking / central midfield player, not amazing, but good to have some squad depth. Longridge, who I think is probably going to be a bit of a super sub, 32 years of age, so he's getting on. But he's been at the club for quite some time, 4 seasons now. He is probably phasing out of being in the first team, but still looks like a decent player to have hanging around. This man, Barry Hepburn, again, I'm sorry if he's goated in real life, but I don't think we should be paying that much for him. He is very, very average in this game in terms of his stats. If I can, I'm going to terminate the loan, for sure, sorry. Healy is another player who plays out on the wing. Might even sell him. His stats are pretty average. I mean, the pace is nice, but apart from that, it doesn't really offer much. And a young striker who isn't amazing either, but it's players, isn't it? And in the youth ranks, we've got a couple of players that look okay, but no one that's really being called up to the team. Another young goalkeeper that looks great. Just goalkeeping in general in the squad is looking brilliant. No players in the under 18s. So we are definitely going to try and build up this youth system, because clearly we already have okay players coming through, but we really want some more gems year after year, because this is going to be a long save. It might even be my only save for the rest of Football Manager 2024 this year. I'm just excited to try and build up the team. But I think that's all I really need to go over. I'm quickly looking through tabs to check. I mean, yeah, we're going to simulate the rest of the transfer window, come back the first day of the season, go over who we've sold, who we've signed. I've already sent out a huge amount of trial offers. By the way, how you do that is, if you are in a low league club, go here, go free transfer, do it for every position, and you get some great players who you can just get on trial by pressing them and then asking for a trial. So fingers crossed we can get some gems there. Aside from that, I'll see you guys for the first game of the season. Who are we versing? That's the important thing. It's not actually that important. Inverness. Where are they predicted to finish? Just above us. So we'll take that. As per usual at the start of a new save, lots of transfers have been made. And let's go through the players that were sold first before we go over who we've brought in. So the only player that was sold is Jack Thompson. Not chuffed about this. I did not want to sell him at all, but he got upset. Then the team got upset, which meant that I just kind of had to sell him. So he started getting bids. I wanted 200k for him. Eventually we did get that from Dundee United. So it's a great fee, but he was a really good player, and he was kind of going to be a key part of our team for a long time. But oh well, it is what it is. 200k is a good amount of money, so we could reinvest that now. That's only just happened, so I haven't really been able to reinvest it yet. I'll show you who I'm looking at getting at this point in time. But for now, we have already brought in this young centre-back. I kind of thought we would need him, but I don't think we need him anymore. But still, only like he's on a non-contract, so it's not a biggie. This man is a great signing. Centre-back and right-back, which are two positions we know we needed. His name is McKenna, and he looks perfect for that centre-back role. I think he could be a great right-back too, but I just think his stats, his height, suits centre-back a little bit more for me. So that's where he's going to be playing for us. Next up, we've got another centre-back. This is why I don't think I need that young centre-back anymore, because this guy looks like a tank. He comes in from Chelsea way back in the day, but more recently he's been at Rangers, so happy to bring him in with 5-star potential ability. Then our right back is now sorted with Tate into the squad, who used to play for, well, he's just completely experienced in the Premiership, and then also had a lot of time in the National League, in the League 2. He's a good player for sure, and I think he's going to be really good for us. Another Scottish player as well, so he's coming home, lots of stamina, really good technical stats, able to play right or left back as well for versatility. I think he brings a lot to the table. Next up, we've brought in a left winger, right winger, central midfielder. I love the versatility that he brings again. 675. By the way, I'm signing these guys for quite cheap as well. Like I've made a lot of offers to people, but as soon as they wanted more than like a K, I was like, I'm not going anywhere near it. So 675 pounds per week for this man. Comes in with, again, a whole lot of experience at the top level of Scottish football. So he looks like the perfect signing for us. Getting a little bit lower in those physicals, but looking great in technicals, especially in the dribbling. Paulette is a great signing. And last but not least, we've signed, we probably is close to least, if I'm being honest, a loan player from Leeds, £250 per week. I think it's just a bit of cover. He looks okay. I've said he's going to be a regular starter to make it cheaper. He's not really going to be a regular starter. He's going to be on the bench. But this is what the starting 11 looks like for the first game of the season. No injuries, no one out. Hepburn is about to leave, so I've terminated his loan. So I forgot to do it earlier, but it has just hit 28 days. Same with McPherson. So both of them are leaving, so they'll give us some more cash in the balance, which, I mean, I'd way rather have £1,300 per week on a new player than those two players, if I'm being honest with you. But this is a team that we're going with for the first game of the season. I did not realise, by the way, but there was that sort of via play competition, and we actually managed to draw against Motherwell and then beat them in the penalties. But then we stupidly lost to Queen of South 2-1 in a game where, I don't know, I kind of panicked and I just thought the tactic wasn't going to work. But I think we just got unlucky on that game because we managed to win the rest of our games pretty comfortably. Yeah, so not perfect, but it is kind of setting us up to show that we are in competition with top division sides, even if Motherwell is one of the lower ones in terms of and no, sixth, mate. We did well there. Let's give ourselves some credit. And this is the team that we're going with for our first game against Iverness. Again, I apologise if I am messing up pronunciations, but it's McKenna, our goalkeeper, in between the sticks. It is McKenna as well at centre back. I knew I recognised that name. Tate, Fox, Robson, Bannon. Paulette is playing in the central midfield because we don't have a central midfielder right now, but I think as the box-to-box midfielder, he could do a really good job for this game. So I'm going to give him a crack there. Hope that it works out. He's probably going to keep playing there until we've signed a box-to-box midfielder. Spong is in that advanced playmaker role, just like we talked about earlier. Thomas out on the right-hand side. McKinstry back from... No, he was never gone. Sorry. He's in the starting 11 on that left wing spot. Apparently, he's considered to be the best player in the division, considering he's predicted to be the best player. Like, he's got the highest odds to win player of the year. And then Patton up top, who looks like an okay striker. We tried to bring in a couple other ones, but that is still a position I really do want to strengthen. I tried to bring in Alex Grieve. It would have been perfect, but he's gone stupidly to Dundee instead, and Dundee don't even need him. They've got a better striker. Robert Snodgrass could be coming across the line for just £350 per week. That would be outrageous, but he does have a bid from elsewhere, so hopefully he picks up us. And then I think this is going to be our locked-in central midfielder replacement for Thompson. It is Sibeld from Dundee. So they obviously, Dundee signed Thompson. So it's kind of ended up being a bit of a swap. So hopefully we can get him in because he looks just as good, if not a little bit better. I'm not sure why they'd want to sell him, but it's working out beautifully for us. And we're paying less than what we sold Thompson for. So fingers crossed we can do that. But I'm rambling on. We need to start this first game of the season. And as I said, this is the team we're going with. And this is the tactic, actually. It's the standard gegenpress that I always go with. I'm playing out from the defence, passing into space, low crosses because our striker is not super tall. Slightly shorter passing, slightly higher tempo, which is slightly moved down from what gegenpress defaults to. I like to distribute to the fullbacks and not take those short kicks because, again, we don't have that much heading talent, and I don't like to step up more because I just find it stressful. So this is the team. This is everything. and we're jumping into it. We need to give one player a number. And it's Jack Jenkins, the guy from Leeds. You can have 87. I don't think he's going to be a crucial player. So, it was more of a cover option. So I think more loans might be the way to go, though, because, it's like you actually get decent players for next to nothing sometimes. So fingers crossed we can actually get a couple more over the line. But for now, we're focusing on this first game of the season. Not the first actual game I played competitively, because I guess that competition we had before that we didn't quite qualify through to the next round for is a bit of a serious competition, but this is what we want to be winning. We want to be winning league games, and starting off 15 minutes, only one shot apiece. At least we did end up getting a shot. 57% possession though, and we're going up to 3 shots now. Could have our first highlight in a second. By the way, after this game, I'm going to simulate to the end of the transfer window. Then I'm going to simulate to the January transfer window, and then I'm going to simulate to the end of the season. So I will meet you here and there, but in a normal episode, I think I just simulate until the end of the first transfer window, the end of the January transfer window, and then the end of the season. So just like 3 times I'd update you, but this time I'm giving you a bit more because first episode, it's exciting. It is Samuels on the ball, who's running down the left hand side. I think that could be a Samuels that we had an eye on, but definitely wasn't good enough for our team. I'm going to have to check that, as they have this highlight right now. Doran on the right hand side goes for the shot. It's miles away, never really going to trouble our 16-year-old goalkeeper there. Samuels, no, this is a different Samuels. There was a striker left winger Samuels that we had an eye on for a bit, but he was not good enough. I mean, the amount of players I've had on trial is outrageous. So, I mean, it's most of the players you can think of around this level that are free agents, we've had them on loan. But decent first half. Said I was happy with the performance so far because I am, based upon the stats. I would like to see something happening in the highlights, and that's not a good highlight for us, but it has been disallowed for offside, and you could actually see it was a smidgen offside there. Nothing's happening in terms of our highlights, man. Like, where's this 0.82 XG coming from? Where's the 10 shots? Could we see one of them? Thank you very much. 65 minutes gone. I'm going to encourage the boys. I'm going to make a substitute in a second if we don't see anything. No, we're seeing something. Here we go. Robson's on the ball. Into Spong, who can't get the ball past anyone, which is a little concerning for an advanced playmaker, but I back us to win the ball back. It is Samuels on the ball. Not the Samuels that we were thinking about signing, a potentially better Samuels. Harper on the left-hand side, swings it in, we hit it out. It's continuing on though, and I think this has absolutely got to be their highlight. We're way too far away from their goal. They shoot and they score. It's gone into the top corner, and that is kind of against the run of play, but from the highlights that we've seen, I mean, you're not super surprised by it, are you? Thomas is going to come off. He's not having a good game. Longridge is right-footed, so we're going to play him as a winger on that side. And I am going to switch it up a wee bit. I'm going to move Paulet into Mazzala on attack. I'm going to play Spong as a deep line playmaker on support. I think that actually might be a better way of doing it. That's why I used for the first season of my Arsenal save, and it did pretty well. Obviously, I had Ødegaard, Rice, and Havertz, not Paulet, Spong, and Bannon, but hopefully they can do a job regardless. Anyone else I want to bring on? Still trying to remember. I mean, our subs are quite a big step down from our starting players. So I don't know if we're going to really make an impact by bringing anyone on. So we just kind of got to go with what we have and hope we see something. I'm demanding more now because I really want to see something. But no highlights to speak of, apart from this one, unless we score from a counter-attack. No, they're scoring from a header, and it looks like we're going to lose our first game. But again, I'm not trying to make it look better than it is, but it's not that terrible statistically. We just haven't had the finishing touch clearly, and that does actually equate because we have good players. We just don't have players with a lot of finishing. I do have to make another substitute to try and affect it. Let's bring the young striker on, and Bannon can come off, and we'll get Jenkins on for his debut. Let's see if that does anything in the last couple of minutes. I mean, I wouldn't see why it would, but it is really, like, if you look at our team, you need a striker. You're not going to win football games if we don't have a striker, and I kind of know that. That's why I'm targeting so many strikers. Oh my gosh, I've made offers for about 3 strikers already, by the way, but all rejected or didn't get work permits or whatever. But anyway, look, 10 finishing. On the left-hand side, we've got another 10 finishing. On the right-hand side, I think we've got another 9 finishing, even worse, actually. Paulet's the only one with okay finishing, 12, and I'm putting him in midfield. In hindsight, should be moving him a bit further forward. And Thomas into, actually, let's do exactly that. Yeah, Thomas into midfield. Paulet really should be the inside forward, so let's do that. And then move McKinstry onto the right-hand side. And Spong, yeah, you can be the deep line playmaker, mate. I actually think this is a better way of doing it. I think I've just come up with a genius idea. Hopefully off camera, comes up with some good results. I'll see you back at the end of the transfer window. So we will have simulated 3 games by then, 2 or 3. Fingers crossed we've got a win under our belt. The transfer deadline day finished up way earlier than I thought. I didn't get the transfer deadline day message, I don't think. Or if I did, I rejected it and I didn't do anything on deadline day. So, transfers that we've made since last time we saw each other, I'm pretty chuffed with. Starting with, we sold one player here, McLeish, who we just didn't need it, and I don't rate his stats that highly. Again, sorry if he's liked at the club, but 15k for him, not going to complain about that. We also managed to loan out a youngster, and hopefully get some good game time. 2 signings though, 2 huge signings, actually more than 2. 4 signings. First of which, we did confirm the signing of Sebald, who hasn't been amazing since we signed him. He's got 1 assist, but his stats are really good. Apart from 8 pace, his stats are incredible. We did pay quite a bit for him, 83k. I'm hoping that we don't have to pay the rest of it because he won't make 50 appearances. I don't know. He could end up being a club legend. 1.5k per week though. He is our highest earning player. So fingers crossed he is okay in the long run. Next signing was Robert Snodgrass. Went across the line. Actually, sorry, he was the first signing. But 350k per week. Sorry, £350 per week. For this player, I mean, he's got Premier League experience. I just don't understand how we've managed to get him that cheap. He is so good. His stats are really good. Yeah, bargain. He's going to be playing some games for us. Again, not great so far, but generally the team hasn't been great so far. We'll update you on that in a second. Actually, 5 transfers. Phil Barnsley, another player that has had some experience in the Premier League, lots of experience in the Premier League, sorry. And he comes in as a 38-year-old reserve right back, left back, and again, £350 per week. Not going to complain about that. Next signing has ended up being a great loan move for us. I was thinking about purchasing him, but I thought his contract's expiring at the end of the season for his current club. If you look here, I know, I just the year after that. My bad. But still, he's a good player that we could, instead of signing, only pay £400 per week and just have him in our team. He's great so far. 7.07. Love him. Can't complain. And the last signing, we did end up getting Alex Grieve. So he went out on loan to Dundee. And I swear in former Football Managers, I have tried to sign a player that's on loan and they've just gone, nah, you can't do it. Or I've signed them and then it's been like, oh, you have to wait until the loan is done. This one must have been a loan where he could get recalled because I just paid 22k and they cancelled the loan and gave him to me. And he has scored 2 goals in 4 appearances so far. 1 man of the match. I mean, it's not outrageous, but he's an upgrade on our last striker, if I'm being honest with you. Who was our last striker? It was Payton. There we go. If we compare the two of them, I mean, there's not too much in it, but you can see, no, there's a lot in it. You can see there's a lot more stats going towards Alex Grieve here. I think he's the better of the 2 players, and it's good to have a New Zealander. £1,100 is a little bit overpriced, I'd say, but, I mean, we needed a new striker, and no other ones were popping up. So that means that our team is now looking like this. Trying a new formation, by the way, because it wasn't a good start to the season. A loss, then another loss, then another loss, and we only managed to score 1 goal in that time. So I switched up to the 4-3-3 with a central attacking midfielder, and we ended up winning this game here, and then we went on to draw our next game against top of the league, Dulf or Dunf is what it's been abbreviated to, but I'm sure it's a big name that you actually could learn to pronounce, but it looks very hard. But we're down in 8th. It's not good. But I feel very good about the fact that our season preview now reckons we are going to finish 2nd. And considering only 1 team goes up, you know, we kind of need to win the playoffs or just, you know, win the league. Not a good start at all, but stepping in the right direction, I'd say. So I'm okay with this. I'm now going to simulate to the end of the January transfer window, tell you any signings that we make throughout the year, update you on the season, and then the end of the season will be coming just around the corner. After the January transfer window has finished now, we have made some signings and we're doing okay in the league. Like, I know that we were predicted to finish 6th at the start of the season, has eventually gone up to 2nd. I feel like 3rd is not quite at the spot where we really think we're going to be pushing for that first place spot. I think we're probably going to end up getting playoff football, which would be good, obviously, but we want to be going up automatically. So we're still going to push for that first place spot. There's still lots of games to play, but we do need to make sure that we start winning some more. Since last time we saw each other, I think we've played all of these games, I want to say, maybe even more than that. We've gone through some average spells, but generally it's just been like wins and then some sloppy draws and sloppy losses here and there, against random teams too. Like we beat the teams that are better than us. We beat the teams that are worse than us, but sometimes we draw to them too. And against the teams that are in the top of the league, like the Dunfer, the Dunth team and the Arabath team, we're kind of competitive, but again, it's just a bit hit or miss. We sometimes win, we sometimes lose. But the most recent thing that's happened is we've gone through to the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup by beating St Johnstone, who are in the top division right now, and we smashed them 2-0. Look at that XG. Like, it's not even like we got lucky. We annihilated them away from home. To be fair, I don't think they're hugely doing well in their division. In fact, they're almost definitely going to get relegated. But it does give me hope that we are actually good enough to be in that division at this moment in time. So that does mean we're versing Rangers away from home. I'll let you know if we win that one, but I wouldn't put money on it. But what you guys want to know about is the signings that we've made. So starting with the sales, the people that we've gotten rid of. We ended up getting rid of Jarrett at the start of the transfer window, I believe. Was it started? Yeah, started the transfer window because I didn't need him anymore, and it's just good to get the wages off the bill. He was pretty terrible, if I'm being honest. I think maybe a youngster went out on loan. I've told you about McLeish. Next one, Grant Savory, and you're probably gutted about this if you are a Queen's Park fan, and I'm gutted about it too. So how it worked is he had an injury for like the majority of the season. In fact, he's only just come back from injury. I'm pretty sure that was a real life injury because it was there as soon as we started the save. Then, during that injury, so obviously he's not playing, he goes, I want to consider my options at the end of the contract. So I didn't even get the chance to use him before he's saying, I want to consider my options. So at that point, I was kind of like, if I can cash in on him, because he's on £1,200 per week on wages, I'm like, if I can cash in on him, I will. So I got 60k for him, and he's left for, well, actually, they accepted a pre-contract expiry deal, but I ended up selling him now for 60k just to get the wages off the bill, and I'm pretty happy with it, if I'm honest. He's good, but he wasn't going to stick around. I'd rather invest that in a player that is going to stick around for a wee bit longer, and that's exactly what I've done with those wages. We also got rid of Aitken on a free. I don't even know who you are, if I'm being honest, so I don't know when that happened. We loaned out this youngster with 5-star potential, the one that we bought in from on a free, who came from Rangers B. Ended up being a pretty good player so far this season, played a couple of games for us, but I just think with the signings that we made, he wasn't going to get as much game time. And this man came back from loan, and we just loaned him out to a different team. So, signings, this is what you want to know about. Alex Grieve being the last one that we brought in, and now we brought in a young centre-back. So I realised the centre-back position is our weakest position, with McKenna currently being our best centre-back apart from Fox. Fox is incredible, but McKenna being our next best centre-back. And if you actually compare the two, I don't know if this was an upgrade. So I kind of panicked and signed another centre-back to try and be even better than this centre-back. Even though the centre-back is considered 3.5-star current ability, McKenna's only 2.5. I don't know who's actually better, but he's performed okay so far. So he's going to stay in amongst the team for sure. But I did end up signing Winston Reid to try and 100% shore up that centre-back spot. Because if I actually do compare him with even that youngster there, De Silva, he is miles better. Obviously, physically, he is shocking. But mental, technical, I think I can cover for the physical. I mean, he's worth having in the club. And only 1.1k per week. I had a lot of money left over, so I thought, why not? He's worth a go. He's not going to be around for long at 35 years of age. Another New Zealander in the team. Not going to complain about that myself. But, it's just experience to get us across the line, hopefully, to get this promotion this season. Sawyers has also come in. We needed a cam, and we got a cam. Although, as soon as I started realising we needed a cam, Robert Snodgrass started playing incredibly well. Look at this. He got a 9.6, a 7.2, and an 8.1. This man is on fire at the moment. But Sawyers is just a little bit better. Those stats are great. He has just finished playing for Cardiff in the Championship, and he played in the Premier League not long ago. He's really good. I think he was a great pickup. I think he's going to be an incredible player for us for a couple of seasons at least, I'm hoping. We're paying him 1.6k, 32 years of age. At least for this season, he'll be good. But potentially moving on at the end of it, who knows? It depends on whether or not we get that almighty promotion at the end. That's what we want, of course. And the last thing I want to update you on is a bunch of people had their contracts expiring at the end of the season. I managed to make sure that we kept the crucial ones, in my opinion. So I believe Bannon was losing his contract. We've re-signed him because he's a youngster with great potential. Bruce was expiring, so we re-signed him because, again, he's a youngster with great potential. McKenna was not expiring at the end of the season, but I have re-signed him on a new transfer, on a new contract that starts at the end of this season for just a little bit more money. But the scary thing is, he has a £1.2 million release clause in it for domestic clubs in a higher division. So obviously teams like Celtic or Rangers in a higher division than us. So if we get promoted, obviously that's not going to be a thing because, there won't be any domestic clubs in a higher division than us because we'll be in the highest division. But he is currently wanted by Celtic and Rangers. And it is for £1.2 million, so that'd be great money for the club. I'd rather just keep him, please. Please, can we just keep him? So we're not only trying to get promoted for the sake of the save, but also to keep McKenna as a club legend for the future. But aside from that, things are going pretty well. I'm okay with how we're tracking, even though I would like to be in that top spot or pushing for it a wee bit more. But we're going to keep chipping away, hope that we win the league. And I'll come back right at the end of the season, tell you how everything's gone. Luckily for us, we do have Dunf and Arbroath, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, in the second to last and third to last games of the season, and then an easy one to finish it off. So fingers crossed we get some wins in between now and the last day. It's the last day of the season, and as things stand, we would need some help to win the league. And I'm pretty chuffed about that, because when I caught up with you last time, we weren't looking like we were going to win the league at all. In fact, we were just trying to make sure we were in playoff positions. But today, if Wraith Rovers draw and we win against I'm sorry, I'm not going to know how to play that. I'm going to call them Well, against the team that we're versing. If we win and Arbroath draw, then we win the league. If they lose and we win the league. There's no situation where if we draw, we win the league. We have to win and hope a result of drop points for Arbroath. So, you're wondering how we got here? Well, this is how we got here. First of all, I want to acknowledge the fact that we beat Rangers in the Scottish Cup quarter-final. It was the most incredible game of Football Manager I think I've ever played. We scored. They scored. We scored twice in the 91st minute, and we ended up, looking like we were going to go home. No. 95th and 96th minute, they scored. Then they scored. Then we scored in the 121st, and then we beat them on penalties. Incredible game. Very incredible game. But then we went on to lose to Celtic in the semi-final, so, sort of got brought back down to earth for that one. But we did end up winning the SPFL Trust Trophy. I feel like that's the equivalent of like the Papa John's Trophy or something like that. Because it doesn't have any of the top division sides in it, just like the lower ones. So I'm still happy to win some silverware. That's a title that we will absolutely take. And since the transfer window has ended, we've basically been on a win streak. Apart from these two losses here, we have been drawing one or two here and there. But apart from that, it's all wins, which is exactly what you want to see at the end of the season. If we turned one or two of those draws or losses into wins, we would probably be top of the table right now. Well, we would be, actually. So We need some luck on this final day of the season. Grieve is also up there in the top goal scorer race, so personally for him, he'll be hoping to score a goal today. And this team apparently has been on great form recently, so not a good time to find a spell of form, but we're in good form too, and this is the team that we're going for it. No, actually I'm going to go with the attacking midfielder formation. I have been using that defensive midfielder formation for when we're versing more difficult sides. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I forgot to say, we actually versed Arbroath in our last game, and if we'd lost it, then we definitely wouldn't have been winning the league, but 4-2 win means that we are in with a shout now. I was considering showing you that game, but I thought, oh, well, if I lose it, it's going to mean nothing, and if I win it, then it's just going to, put us in a situation we're already in. But this is the team that we're going to go for. We're going to go Grieve up top, Sawyers, McKinstry, Thomas, Sibold, Bannon, Tate, Reid. Winston Reid has been a great signing. Ended up not having that high of an average rating, but I feel like the defence has really shored up since he's gone here. Fox, Robson, and McKenna, who was injured for a long time, is no longer wanted by some clubs. So fingers crossed it stays that way. A loaded bench. We don't want to bottle our game, but of course we need the outside result to go our way as well. If it's not going well to start off with, I will be moving it back down to the 4-3-3 with the defensive midfielder. That's what we started with at the start of this year, but it didn't seem to work, but now it seems to work. I don't know. I quite like using the cam, though. I think it means we're slightly more attacking, but we're going to, of course, turn on other results in a second to keep an eye on that. But for now, the first highlight seems to be going our way. By the way, McKinstry, I know, is very tired. He's just a really good player. I can't not play him right now. Sorry. It's too crucial of a game. If he gets tired, it's the last game of the season. He needs to harden up. Sibold on the ball. Into Bannon, who has become a starting player hands down. He is just great left, right and centre. And also he's 20 and got 5-star potential, so I'm going to keep playing him because at the very least, goal to start off with. He is going to get better and better, so that's the plan. But Thomas there scoring the goal, and it is McKinstry getting the assist. McKinstry getting some interest, by the way, from some big clubs. I want to say Sunderland, Leicester, I think, was even one of them. But let's keep an eye on that other game. What's happening in the other one? No scores to talk of. Wraith Rovers, come on, we want you to get the win. We don't want to have to go into playoffs, which I imagine would be second place automatically goes to the final, and third and fourth play against each other, considering the fact that only 3 teams seem to go into the playoffs. And then the winner of that overall playoff versus the second bottom side in the Irish Premier Division. I think. Not the Irish, the Scottish. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be killed. I'm going to be killed by Scottish fans. I'm so sorry. I apologise. I really do. That was a sin and a half. I misspoke, a slip of the tongue. It's like a swear word. I'll bleep it out. I won't bleep it out, but I do apologise for saying that. Sawyer's on the ball though, trying to put it in for a cross. No one seems to be getting... Oh, no, we do get onto it. Winston Reid heads it into Thomas, and Thomas with his second goal of the game. And it now means that I think we're going to be in pole position to win this one. I don't think we have to worry about our game. It's the Wraith Rovers game that we're worried about. Come on, Wraith. We believe in you. Arbroath, we don't believe in you. You're terrible. Never liked you. Thought you were terrible. In fact, we just smashed you 4-2. So you're horrific. You got nothing about you. A 0-0 draw would be brilliant, because as things stand, we are going up and we're winning the league. Fox on the ball. Plays it back all the way to our goalkeeper, but our goalkeeper's pretty good with the ball at his feet. So let's keep a hold of it. Bannon. I mean, not that anyone was pressuring the goalkeeper, but, it's still good. Thomas moves it back into Bannon. Bannon trying to find some space, so plays it back to Winston Reid. Into Tate. Tate into Thomas, looking for players in the area. Sibold is there, and it's 3-0. I'm not even worried about our game anymore. Our game is locked in. We've won it. It is now just a situation where I wish I could watch that game, but I can't, because Football Manager still doesn't have that feature. I don't care about highlights in our game anymore. I'm gonna level with you. I care about highlights in the other game. As long as we don't concede. If we concede, it's going to be annoying. We haven't conceded, thank goodness. Headed over the bar. We're terrible at creating clean sheets, though. I will put that out there. Horrific at it. Yeah, can't buy clean sheets, but winning games, still managed to do it somehow. McKenna into Thomas. Sawyers gets... Oh, Sawyers, an incredible signing as well. Sorry, I was talking about Winston Reid. Sawyers has been better. And we're about to get a penalty. I'm going to give it to... I am going to give it to Thomas. That's rude. You can't not give it to Thomas when he's on a hat-trick. No, we haven't won a penalty anyway. So I don't know what I was talking about. Fox on the ball. Into McKinstry. Grieve puts it wide of the target. I was thinking I might give it to Grieve if we had actually got a penalty. But, you know, Thomas is on a hat-trick, so I felt mean to take it away from him, but didn't get a penalty either way. But as I was saying before, Sawyers scores a lot of goals, gets a lot of assists, really good player, such a good signing. I think I might be re-signing his contract next season, especially if we stay in this division. But, I mean, I hope we can go up, but if we're in the playoffs, it's going to be so much more difficult, and there we go, there's that clean sheet gone. It's 3-1. There's a lot of football left to play. I am very confident about this result. Maybe I shouldn't be. What's going on in this game? Still 0-0. Still going up as it stands. Please just say that way. I kind of don't even want to talk. I want to just like stare at it and hope that it happens. But I understand it's not entertaining YouTube for you boys and girls at home. McCabe's on it. They're playing more attacking now. They have definitely changed something. Well, because obviously they know they're not going to win if they continue playing the way that we were. So I might have to move down to... Yeah, I am actually going to move down to the defensive shape, because I don't think it's going to mean that we're going to get less opportunities. I think it should just mean that they get less, you know? Like, I feel like we might get, well, maybe a couple less opportunities for us, but we'll shore up the defence and mean that it's less free-flowing of a game. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Please stay that way. Seriously, please stay that way. By the way, the team that they're versed in, I think, is bottom of the table, so they really have something to play for at this current moment in time. But also, they're bottom of the table, so they're clearly not that incredible. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking stuff at this moment in time. It would be a great way to win the league. I mean, you'd like to think it would be in your own hands, but it's not currently. Ivan Ness scoring there, that doesn't matter. It's just the other game that we really care about. Sawyer's on the ball, pass it in, Tate shoots it over the bar. Going into half-time, currently looking like the league leaders. Arbroath, no goal. Okay, I think as things stand, we're doing great. Keep getting those shots away. Very proud of the boys. Okay, let's have a review. I'm correct. We're top of the league. We're top of the league. Please. Wraith Rovers, if they win their game as well, they'll go out of the automatic relegation zone and go into 9th place, because currently Ibanez are winning their game against Greenock, who, again, in the same situation as Wraith Rovers. Like, there's everything to play for in these games, boys and girls, apart from our side. Our side don't really care anymore. You know, they're not going to get much higher, not going to get much lower. Arbroath score! Oh, Wraith Rovers. Oh, we need you to score one now. I'm totally just looking at their scoreline. I'm hoping that something happens. Stuart, I hate you, mate. I've never liked Stuart. Absolute mug. McKinstry's looking tired. I mean, we're now probably going to be playing playoff football, so I'm going to have to bring him up. But we drew against Rangers. Well, I mean, sorry, we beat Rangers on penalties. Not quite the same thing, but you know what I mean. So surely we can win the playoffs, but you'd like to just have it wrapped up, wouldn't you? You really would. Okay, Bruce is going to have to come on as well. Those are the only two substitutes I'm going to make for this moment in time. We're going to continue being Wraith Rovers fans. It's the only team that we care about right now. Come on, Wraith. Come on, Wraith. I want to see the highlights and the stats of this game, but we can't see anything. It doesn't look like anything's happening. Wraith, we just need it to pop up and show that you've scored. No, they've scored twice, and now I think it's over. We're going to playoffs. I mean, I still back us. I really do. It's just, it makes it more nervy, doesn't it? And they shoot wide. We keep it as a 3-1 win for us. Wraith would need you to score right now to give us any sort of hope. That looked so hopeful for a long time. That whole first half, obviously, we thought we were going to go through. Not anymore, though. Wraith, yeah, it's 3-0. It's over. It's over. Oh, that would have been beautiful, but it would have been very lucky too, to be fair. If we did it through that way, it would have been, yeah, incredibly lucky, and we kind of always knew it was a shot in the dark, but you got to record it just in case. Snodgrass, Sawyers scores there, and now we have to find out what is happening in the playoffs. I think I am right. I'm sure we would be getting a week off, and then it would be Ivaness and Dumpf versing each other, and fingers crossed we can win that second game to end up versing a Scottish Premier Division side. We have come second, so no automatic promotion for us. What happens? Okay, let's see. So now the schedule is saying Ivaness. Yeah, so if we turn it into a tree, we see that, yeah, it's us versing whoever, whoever wins. Is it just a one-game thing? No, two-game thing. Is ours one or a two-game thing? I need to check this now. Promotion playoff, second leg. First leg, second, yeah, okay, so ours is a 2-leg thing too. Is the game afterwards then a double leg or a single leg? Maybe it's under their calendar. No, it is under their calendar, to be fair, so let's check that. And who are we potentially versing? Their season's over. Ross County. Have we versed you this season in a cup or something like that? No, we have not, but you look bad. And you've lost to teams that we have beaten, so fingers crossed we can beat them. I mean, you never know, but fingers crossed. Let's see when that game is taking place, and if that's a 2-leg or a single leg. That is a 2-leg as well. Oh, we've got 4 games. 4 games. I don't know if you guys need to see them all. I mean, I'll show you the second leg of each one. That sounds like a good, second leg of each one. Otherwise, this video is going to be so long. We won the first game 3-0. I think we're going to the final, boys and girls. But it turns out I was way off the mark. We're versing Livingston. So they still had like 4 games left to play. And again, don't look great. Bad form near the end. A little bit of good, but yeah, I mean, I still back us. I back us in this game. So we're going to jump into it. It is only like 3 days after the last one, so we're kind of got a couple of tired players. But Sawyer's mate scored 2 in the last game. Gem. Absolute gem. Incredible player. It's not actually showing that. There you go, 2 goals. So he's got to play this one. Sibold, maybe I could rotate him. Actually, I think I will. I back us though. I really think we're going to do it. And we played with this formation last time. Played with the positive mentality for most of the game actually with this formation, and it works really well. I'm going to start off with balanced and see how positive goes. If we I'm going to actually change it to positive. I don't know what. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this time we're at home. Surely it's only going to be another win. It's going to be us into the final. Here goes Bannon on the ball, plays it into Thomas. Thomas back into Tate. Let's just finalise this, boys and girls. Bannon. Back to Reed. Reed's moving it forward into Tate. And an early goal would be brilliant to get us onto the score sheet. And there is Grieve. And by the way, these goals count towards the top goal scorer race. So apparently Grieve, top goal scorer equal. Golden boot, just 1 more goal in this game. And I think he's going to get it. Because I don't think that other game will count towards it. Because technically that's in the Scottish Premiership. So Grieve, 1 more goal. Top goal scorer is coming your way. Sawyer on the corner. Who can he find? Is McKenna heading it down into McKinstry. Thomas, it's rocketed in, and we're going into the final. I'm actually going to pause the recording here. I'm just that confident that we're going to win. I'm going to pause the recording here for the sake of keeping this video short. Oh, by the way, McKenna came in for Fox as well. That was the only other rotation I did. But I'm going to pause it here, show you the final score, prove to you that we're going to go through to the final, because I'm just confident there's no way they're scoring 6. Yeah, totally 100% right. Never wrong, boys and girls. So we're going into the final against Livingston. Couldn't be more chuffed about it. A little nervous because I'm like, do I go attacking or do I... Like, this formation works so well, I feel like I have to use it. And it's the positive mentality. We were positive that entire game. It worked. I've rested all of our good players at the end, so fingers crossed they'll be ready for the next game. We've got to get promoted, man. Like, we've played so well come the end of the season. I don't want to bottle it here, but it is going to have to be 2 games against Livingston. Is it against Livingston? What's our next games? Why is it not confirming? Confirm us against Livingston, thank you. It is Livingston, isn't it? Or is there more? Is there more? Is there more games than Spot? Am I going to mess it up again? That's Livingston. We played all the games. Oh no, you haven't played all the games. Oh, we're not these guys. But that doesn't change anything. We're versing Livingston. The first league could have gone better. 2-2 draw. We were dominant, to be fair, but still a 2-2 draw. Meaning, in the second league, we're away from home, and there's no advantage to either team. But we have a lot of tired players. I've gone to their central attacking midfielder formation, and we're jumping into it. I don't care that people are tired. This is more important. Like, if you get injured, is what it is. I'd rather you be here a little bit tired. Come on. Let's get promoted, please. The Livingston side is okay. I mean, obviously, as I said, I think we outplayed them last time. but we still need to actually get the ball into the back of the net and make sure that we're defending better than we were last time. First highlight, looks like it's going to come our way. Tate's on it. Throws it back to Reed. Tate. Bannon. Back into Sebald. Long shot, hitting the woodwork. Oh my gosh, I am stressed, boys and girls. I do not want to play in the second division in the championship for another season. But early doors, it looks like we're the more attacking of the two sides. Here's McKinstry. Hasn't done much recently, but has gone into the back of the net. An own goal from Sean Kelly. Thank you, Sean. And we are looking good right now. And do I move into a slightly more... No, we're attacking. We're better. We're dominant right this second. Let's not take that away. McKinstry, Sawyer, finish it. Thomas, finish it. Finish it. Okay, Reed, got it back, but no, okay, that was a highlight. All right. 0 shots to them, 11% possession. Yeah, we're battering them. There's got to be more goals coming our way. 6 shots, got to be more. Come on, don't let them score. If they score, because it's always against the run of play, isn't it? Please don't let that happen again. Winston Reid, shore up the defence. He hasn't got it there. They've gone past. They've shot wide, miles wide. Never troubling the goalkeeper. Good position for them though. But good position for us now. It's Robson moving it down the left-hand side. One more goal will make me feel a little more calm. Penalty. It looks like a penalty. They've got VAR here. I checked one of the goals in our last game, the Greaves goal. It was very nerve-wracking. Is this a penalty? It's a penalty. And Robson has not really missed any pen. I don't think he's missed a pen this year. Don't miss now, please. Robson. He scores it. He scores it, and that might be just enough to take us up to the Premier Division of Scottish football. Come on. All right, 22 minutes gone. I can't get too excited, though. They've got to be starting to attack. Tate, you're an idiot. Oh, my gosh. Tate. What are you doing? Oh, but that's changed the game completely, hasn't it? Bannon can play right back. Can he? I thought he could. Can, kind of. So let's chuck him. No, let's chuck Bruce in. Or do we keep Sawyers on? What do I do? I'll go there. Yeah, and then deep line playmaker. That's the right move, I think. Oh, you're an idiot, Tate. What have you done? That's not the first time he's done that either. All right, Bruce. Yeah, Bruce coming on, Bannon off. Please, just hold on, boys. Such a dominant first 22 minutes. Thank goodness we got 2 goals. But that is just shambolic from Tate there. We've still got way more possession, 80% to their 20, but the shots have got to start flying in soon from them. As long as we continue seeing no highlights, though, I'm very, very happy. 6 shots, though. They're clearly shooting a lot more at us now. Yeah, they're going to get some chances if we keep playing this way. I can't move back onto positive. I've got to just say, well done to the boys and hope that they don't score goals. Tate, mate. Oh, come on. 9 shots. So we got another shot there. That's positive. At least we've still got some sort of attacking momentum. Maybe I take off some players, actually. Maybe I do. Like attacking players. Grieve. Be on. Is he on? He's on. We're going defensive. We're going very defensive now. All right, Thomas, good stuff, but you're coming off, and we're going to move him down into the deep line playmaker on defend, and Sebald can go back into box to box. McKinstry can't actually play cam, so maybe we bring Snoddy on. Snoddy scored in the last one. Can he score here? Let's go advanced playmaker on support to connect them together. I know this is a very different formation to what we'd normally go for. Might actually end up being a bad idea because it might mean that we can't play the way that we normally play. But 3-goal lead, 35 minutes to hold on to it, and then we're going up. Surely we can hold on. Don't concede now, though. That will make it nerve-wracking. They only need 3 to take it to extra time, and you'd think if they take it to extra time by scoring 3, the momentum will be with them to make it a win for them. They whip a ball in. It's headed, hit the woodwork, and just come perfectly back to them to head it into the back of the net. Okay, defensive mindset is the way we're going to play. We're not going to change. No, we are going to change the block. We're going to move that down. And then, do we have another CDM? Anyone else play CDM? Sebald can play CDM. Okay, let's get you as a ball winning. Sebald as the deep lying. Let's get you as a defensive fullback. Sawyers can be a box to box in there. Yeah, I'm fine with that. 30 minutes ago, I never do this in Footy Manager, honestly. This is the peak of my tactical changes in a game, and it's for a good reason, isn't it? Why we just, well, I guess we're smashing it along because we have 10 men, and I've changed it to a formation where we have about 17 people in defence and no one else in attack, and that might be the only way they can unlock us with some long shots like that. But you'd have to think the goal's going to start getting peppered and salted, and now, oh, maybe that's why they say peppered. Because then it's like assaulted? Is it? No, probably not. But anyway, 10 minutes to go now. We should be able to hold on for this, but I'm going to bring on another centre back. Let's take Sawyers off. Bring Silver into, make a 5 back. And keep Snoddy there. You keep Snoddy there. We'll keep him there. That looks fine. Robson, you can harden up. You're not that tired. You are quite tired, but you can harden up. 5 minutes to go. They can score. Don't say that, Rexo. You've conceded 2 goals. You've angered the FM gods, Rexo. That was a stupid idea. Kelly, oh, that was nerve-wracking. Around the goal, bouncing around. 4 minutes of additional time. It's going by quickly. We've been promoted. Thank goodness. That was nerve-wracking. I did not need that to end the season, but I am so happy we have gotten across the line. Boys and girls, you are looking at a Queen's Park side that are going to the Scottish Premier Division, and I cannot wait to be there. No, it's called the, what's it called? Oh, it's called the Cinch Premiership, sorry. Oh, I apologise. You're looking at the team that is going up to the Cinch, or Cinch, please let me know down in the comment section below, Premiership, and hopefully we never have to leave because we have some good players. Like even McKinstry, look at his scout report. Considered to be a leading Premiership player. We are too good for this league. How much money are we getting? £1.5 million. I will absolutely take that. 10k. That is money. And we're going up. We've gone up. We're versing Rangers and Celtic and all those other teams next season. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. If you've enjoyed it, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you in the top division of Scotland.